Hi guys, my name is Emily, and today I'm going to be discussing The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula Guin, which is part of my genre exploration challenge series, and this is the book for May. There was a review earlier in the week, now is the discussion with all of my spoilery thoughts. So if you've read this, what did you think of the relationship between Genly and Estrevin? There is vaguely implied by the back of the cover, which I feel like is super spoilery. I don't know what other versions of this book say on the back cover, but the back of this cover is like, but in the course of a long journey across the ice, he reaches an understanding with one of the Gathinians. It might be a kind of love, ... Is it a kind of love? I vaguely thought that there was some kind of relationship going on there. Obviously, Genly is a little bit weirded out by the no gender thing, and he's very much indoctrinated in binaric thinking of masculine and feminine. Like, he refuses to cry, and he has all sorts of issues about like being the manliest and doing manly things. Like, when he's sick, the alien just kind of takes care of him, and he's like, no, I'm so manly, I don't like this. Genly is very much indoctrinated in binaric thinking about gender, whereas Estrevin is completely neutral because he has the opportunity to be both genders. So, the love relationship. I know Genly's weirded out by it, but there's this weird kind of touching relationship, and then if you haven't read the book, now you're really going to be spoiled when Genly skis to the border with Estrevin, and then Estrevin just kind of sacrifices himself and gets shot with all the shots and is just dead. And I was like, ah, Estrevin! There seems to be like a very loving relationship between these two, and I was a little disappointed that it did not end so happily for Estrevin. I don't know if anyone else has thoughts on that. Leave a comment down below if you do. One thing that kind of bothered me is that Ursula Guin did not bother to come up with a neutral pronoun. Like, other science fiction books have come up with neutral pronouns, like her. I think it is Marge Piercy's Woman on the Edge of Time that comes up with the neutral pronoun per instead of him or her. And it seems like it's a little bit weird to think about these people as androgynous, but then ending up referring to Estrevin as he because we weren't really given a neutral pronoun to refer to him any other way. Maybe it's supposed to be because we're recognizing ourselves as outside the world of this book, and as people who speak English, who are human, who are binaric in gender, we only have these pronouns, we can only think in these binaries, so making a new pronoun and kind of identifying something without a gender per se would be unrelatable. I don't know if making Estrevin a man or calling Estrevin by a male pronoun makes him more relatable, somehow sympathetic. If we're thinking about him in that way, does that relationship then become a queer relationship between Genly and Estrevin? Am I totally wrong in reading in the relationship between Genly and Estrevin? I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've read this. Those are just my thoughts on this book. And if you have other thoughts, if you would like to contribute, start some sort of discussion in the comments, I would love to hear from you. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. Links for Twitter will be down below, and maybe Goodreads and Facebook if you want. If you want to follow me on all the social medias will be down below, and I will see you next time in June. Bye. Eddie's father is the doctor, and so he's well aware of just the danger.